Retail math helps you understand sales, profit, stock, and performance. Basically, how to sell smart, not just fast. Our today's briefing is about retail math. My name is Mustafa, and this is Polymath. Retail math is the math behind the magic. It's the reason your manager keeps saying, why are sales down, but your stockroom is full? Let's talk about the big three. Let's start with the whole trinity of retail math: sales, margin, and markdown. Example, you sell a bag for 100 dirham, but the cost in your company is 60 dirham only. Your gross margin equals to selling price minus cost price, means 100 dirham minus 60 dirham equals to 40 dirham. To get the margin percentage, divide by the selling price. So 40 divided by 100 multiply 100 equals to 40%. So your margin is 40%. Congratulations, you just make profit for your store. Let me give you another example. If you discount your bag by 20%, price become 80 dirham. Now let's calculate the margin. 80 dirham minus 60 dirham equals to 20 dirham. So the margin is 25%. See what discounting does. That is the math behind every manager's sad face. Let's talk about stock turn, which is how fast you move your stuff. If you had 100 pieces and you sold only 50 pieces, your stock turn is unlimited. How to calculate your stock return? You divide the sales by average inventory. In our example here is 50 pieces sold out divided by 100 pieces that we received as a stock equal to 0.5. This means your stock turn halfway, which is 50%. Basically, half of your stock living the best life. And now let's talk about sell-through rate. And this one tells you how much stock have you sold. Here is how to calculate your sell-through percentage. Unit sold, unit received, multiply 100. For example, you received 200 pieces and you sold 150 pieces. So your calculation here is 150 plus 200 multiply 100 equals to 75%. That is great sell-through. But if it's 20% only, you better start planning big clearance sales post in your shop. Let's move forward to explaining average transaction value, which we call it in retail ATV. This tells you how much the customer spend per transaction or per purchase. And for you to calculate the average transaction value, you need to divide the total sale by number of transaction. Example here, if your sales equals to 10,000 dirham and you did 100 transaction, so you need to divide the 10,000 dirham sales by 100 transaction, which equals to 100 dirham. So your ATV is 100 dirham. If you convince your customer to add one plus your basket, for example, the customer purchased one item and you increase one more, so your ATV goes up. And your manager suddenly will love you more. Moving forward to the conversion rate. How many customers actually buy something from your store? And here is how to calculate your conversion rate. You need to divide the number of transactions divided by total visitors. Multiply 100. So if you have 200 visitors and only 80 people have purchased or 80 customers have purchased from your store, so you need to divide 80 transactions by 200 traffic or visitors and then multiply 100. So the result is 40%, means your conversion is 40%. This means 60% have left the store without purchasing. Probably because you just said they just looking instead of let me show you something new today. And now let's summarize all of these. What is the meaning of margin? How to calculate margin? Stock turn, conversion rate, average transaction values. So for the margin, you need to divide the profit by selling price multiply 100. This is smile of your manager. For stock turns, you need to divide stock turns value, stock turns sale divided by average inventory. And this how fast your items run away. And about sell-through, the percentage sold divided by the quantity received multiply 100. And this how hot your items are. For average transaction value, your total sale divided by number of transactions. and this show how well you upsell. And finally, the conversion rate. You divide your transaction by the footfall, multiply 100, and this shows how convincing you are. Here is the final tip. Retail math is not just numbers. It's your story in digits. If your margin is low, discounts are killing you. If your stock turns is slow, means customers are bored. If your ATV is low, it means you forgot to suggest matching socks. If you smiled even once, that's a sign. Hit subscribe. And as usual, we are closing our today's briefing with our strong and motivational quotes.
Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Is success. Is success.
Thank you guys. Happy selling.